All right, so I ended up doing the same article as Stuart. So I'll try to talk about different aspects of it that maybe she didn't touch. But my initial question was, what are the effects of yoga that go beyond just anatomical effects? So I ended up finding an article over neuroanatomical effects, which was pain tolerance and its relation to yogis. Um, so this is the information of the article. And so I guess talking about a different aspect of it, there were 14 experienced yoga practitioners from Canada that were selected for the study. And once the 14 were selected, then the people who were running the study selected 14 participants who would be the control, but tried to match an individual to each of the 14 that was similar in body, weight, and trying to eliminate any factors outside of just the fact that one does yoga and one does not. So really trying to get people as similar as possible and then matching them up. And it was a big deal because when you only have 14, you're going to have to go in depth into something like that in order to get the best results possible. And so, like Stuart said, they tested both heat and cold pain thresholds. I think one test that she didn't mention was participants were asked to hold their hand up to the wrist in a bucket of ice water that was at 5 degrees Celsius, and they weren't told this beforehand, but they were gonna hold it up to 2 minutes, and if they lasted 2 minutes, they would take it out. Um, or if they could no longer handle the I guess the pain or sensation of having it in ice water, they could take it out whenever they wanted. And then also each participant had an MRI scan. And so what the information or data ends up presenting is that the yogis and people who had a variety of experience with yoga ended up being able to last on average more than twice the time that their counterpart who was control could last. And then also an aspect that they ended up kind of finding out after doing the MRI scans was the amount of gray matter volume in the left insular cortex. So it was really kind of interesting. They saw a correlation between how long someone could handle with their hand in the ice water and the left insular cortex gray matter um, volume. But in terms of determining when heat sensation or heat threshold is too much, there was no correlation with that. So that's kind of interesting how there was only the correlation specifically with cold. I don't know why that is, and they didn't know either, but they pointed that out. And then also, they also, like Stuart said, mentioned how questioning every individual's tactic, I guess, to trying to deal with the pain, and how more often than not the yogis would say things like either accepting the pain or like recognizing it and like being aware of it, whereas their control counterparts would say, "I'm just trying to ignore the pain," or just trying to push through it. And so, what this article introduced kind of is that perhaps that different system of thinking and dealing with pain can activate parasympathetic systems in the body to then change how the body goes about dealing with that, along with already the mindset that they kind of create for themselves. Obviously, it's having a physical effect on their mind with the increased amount or volume of gray matter in multiple cortical regions. So I guess those two things combine, having the mindset, but then also having the physical benefits of being a yogi, allow them to be better fit for pain tolerance as opposed to their counterpart. And that is it.